need to worry about a weight number anymore. Now it's just based solely off what we see in the mirror at this point. But we're still got to drop the water. So still got to dry out to look leaner and more conditioned. So we'll be below 190, obviously. I would be right in saying that I could definitely hit the 185. I think. Ticking down, boys. Time is ticking down. 11 days. We're gonna do legs today. Actually, is it legs today? Or is it arms? We'll do legs and shoulders. Yeah, legs and shoulders. So, legs and shoulders today, low weight, high rep, heavy squeeze, slow, controlled, same as norm. Diet will remain the same. I just sent update photos to my coach. We'll see with the weight and all that shit. We'll see what he says. I don't know if there'll be any diet changes or anything like that. I ended up getting out of work last night. We got like these early outs, like when we have extra guys, and they'll pull a name out of a hat out of all the people that said, yeah, they'd like to go home. So your boy got lucky for once on something. So I got out of there, went home, had a meal, showered, got in bed, dude, and I fucking slept all night. Like I always say, I don't really get much sleep, so I took full advantage. I'd say I got a solid I woke up at 5:30. I had to piss like a racehorse, so I went out and pissed, and then I fell back asleep, and then woke up. My alarm went off at about 8 a.m. So 8 o'clock. So I'd say I got a solid 7.5, maybe 8 hours in there. Pretty good. Better than I normally get, so I figure we should take advantage of that rest and do legs. So let's get the legs in today. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to Pump House today to train the legs. Haven't been to Pump House in a minute, so we'll go to Pump House today, see who's in there, say what's up to some people, and get the leg works done. You know what I mean? So 11 days out. How am I feeling? I'm feeling a bit more tired. Finding it a little bit more difficult to get going. Like, I don't know. Like it's a little bit harder to get moving. Like upon waking up, it takes a little bit longer than before. Some feelings of sadness. That's true, because your hormones are my hormones are fucking probably so out of whack. They say when you get real lean like that, your hormones, you're not getting the fats, hormones are affected big time. So that happens. You just have to remember, as a bodybuilder or someone getting this lean, you gotta remember why you're feeling how you're feeling, and know that it ain't real. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not real. So you just gotta kind of mind over matter, be mentally strong, and just be like, exercise, or if you're really powerful, if you really have control over your mind and your thoughts, fucking roads so bad, just bouncing this camera all over the place. I'm doing 20. Fucking joke, these roads. But if you're really powerful and you can really control your mind, your thoughts, and your mental well-being, those sad feelings that you're having, you can use them shits. I do. I use them when I'm in the gym. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. We got some angry, sad feelings coming on, and we just shuttle it right into motivation, right into power, right into strength, right into fucking just let's go. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. That works wonderfully for me. But at the same time, you gotta remember, it ain't real, man. You know, you're remember that. So yeah, energy's a little blah. It takes a little bit more difficult to get moving upon waking up. The thoughts or whatever. Just, don't worry about that. Overall, that's it. I think, I'm a little hungry. I don't think you've heard me say that very often. I do get hungry at this stage. Because my body is like, yo, we want food, what the fuck is that? I would also say, being this lean, and boys, I'm sorry, but it's true, you definitely have a drop in libido. Yeah. The sex drive is not there. Like, I don't want anything to do with it. Like, really? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So, I mean, that's common. We know this. It happens when you get like this. I think it's an evolutionary thing. Because, the body already thinks you're starving and you're in a state of survival. So, it would say that it's probably not a good idea to reproduce. So I do believe it pulls that want to reproduce from the male. Probably the females as well, I would assume. Pulls it from them, and you don't really want to reproduce. You know what I'm saying? Same thing happens like when your wife or whatever is pregnant. Men gain weight too. That's the evolution. That's your body is saying. It's sensing the hormones from your woman and all that, and knowing, and you're mentally knowing, and it says, oh, okay, we need to prepare to protect the family and not be able to go on big hunts and all that. So it starts to store body fat for survival. This has been proven by science. That's evolution. So there's no reason to believe that that's not also the case when it comes to being in this diet prep, being so lean. It's saying, oh, there's a problem. We're not eating as much. We need to hold, we need to not reproduce. And it can't hold body fat, because it thinks we're starving, because obvious reasons. Because you're burning it off. So, all I would say is, understand some of the feelings you might be having and know what's going on with them. Know your body so you don't go crazy, Some guys, the mental part was some of the times the hardest part of this journey. And it's definitely up there. It's between the dieting and the mental part. For me, I'm very mentally strong, and so it's not so much of that kind of problem for me, the mental part, but it may be for you. For me, the hardest part so far has been the diet, because as much as you want to believe if you eat less food you're going to burn fat, it's not really the case in this situation. This situation is you want to eat foods that don't have high levels of fat, don't have high levels of carbs, have high levels of protein, to jumpstart the metabolism, to burn through that food, and then hopefully it also will burn through some stored fat. So the more times, the more often you kick the metabolism into on, start working, the more often it'll try to burn body fat. I guess that's the theory. And I know the theory, but it is hard to eat sometimes. I don't even wanna. I have to remind myself the best way to burn body fat is to eat good foods pretty often. And consistency, of course. Being consistently in the gym, consistently eating properly. What I don't do, consistently sleep. I wish my physique would probably be better if I was getting a sufficient amount of sleep as what I'm supposed to. But time is limited, and you gotta weigh out the risks and benefits. If I always slept and didn't train, what would my physique actually look like? Not like this. So I think, one or the other. I started incorporating more rest days here in these last two, since the 15-day out mark. Basically train 2 days on and then take 1 day off. On that 1 day off, we try to get some sleep and shit. And then 2 days on, 1 day off. You end up with 2 rest days in a 7-day period and 5 training days. So you can hit everything, some things twice. And on the rest day, we don't do cardio either. We just rest. Now we're gonna see what's gonna happen as we get a little bit closer here on if we wanna bring up the cardio or not. Right now I've been doing 15 minutes on a treadmill uphill at like a 3, not holding on. Then I do a 1 minute warm up at the end to slow it down, so I'm on there for 16. And then I walk over to the bike and I do a half an hour on a bike. So what am I getting? 45 minutes a day, not bad. It gets me in a little bit of both. When I'm on the treadmill, it's really fatigues my shins and my calves, fatigues them. So then I go over to the bike and then it's no longer hitting them so much, it's more hitting quads. So then those can go a bit longer. So it allows me to get the full 45 while still trying to keep heart rate up while avoiding the pain, you know what I mean, per se. So that's where we're at, my good friends. We are going to go ahead and get in there and get to work. And again, I appreciate you guys following me on this journey. Since we started it, we've like tripled the followers. There's not a lot of followers, but it's funny. So I guess there are some of you guys that are watching, so it's cool. It's cool. I don't know if you're watching the full videos. I don't really get into the analytics of it. But I appreciate you. If there's anything else you want me to talk about or anything else, man, just message it. Just write a message in the bottom. I'll answer you, motherfuckers. All you motherfuckers. Oh yeah, let's get it. I'm gonna go get it. Hard work pays off, baby. Hard work pays off. The other thing I will say, back's a little achy. My neck is still jacked from that car accident. Still feels kind of fucked up, but we get through it. I'm gonna go get mine. You get yours. I'll see you next time.